So, do any of you ever get so excited that you practically hyperventilate, or is that just me? Hello everybody, and welcome to Sunday again. If you couldn't figure out by the intro, there are a couple things that I'm pretty excited about right now. One of them is my Christmas trip. I don't have every single little detail worked out yet, but I think that it's going to be pretty awesome, and I'll tell you more about that later, when I do know more. I'm also excited about something coming up in March, and I know it's still a while away, but I'm planning on going to a barbershop convention, and I'll probably tell you more about that later on too as it gets closer, so I'm going to spare you anything else about that for now. And the other thing I'm excited about is VidCon. I don't know yet if I'll be able to go, but I really hope so, and I'm going to do whatever I can to try to work it out so that I can get to VidCon. I'm sure that a lot of you have heard about it, but if you haven't, there is a link in the sidebar to Hank's video about it, and I recommend going and checking it out because it sounds like it would be an absolutely amazing event to go to. This week we asked us to show our school ID and to tell any interesting stories that have to do with the school ID. So I actually have two. The first one is my Jamestown one right here. This is actually not the original. I did need to get a replacement because last spring my jacket was stolen from the cafeteria and my keys and ID were in the pocket. So I luckily didn't need to pay for a new one. Normally it would be $10, but because my jacket was stolen, they let me get a new one for free. On this ID, however, there is still the same picture as I had on my original ID because I didn't feel like getting a new picture taken the day that I got my new ID. And there is a sort of interesting story, I guess, about the picture. This picture was taken about a week or so before I got my hair cut the first time. My hair used to be a lot longer than it is now. After graduating from high school, I got over a foot of my hair cut off, and I donated a good portion of it to Locks of Love. This is a picture of how it looked right after getting it cut. Now, after I cut it that time, I wasn't necessarily planning on cutting it again anytime soon, but one of my friends last December, the same one that I cut it with the first time for Locks of Love, said, "Hey, do you want to go and donate our hair again?" So over Christmas break last year, I cut my hair again, and this is how short it was the next time. Now, I know it's for a good cause and all. Locks of Love is a great organization, but I'm not a huge fan of having hair that short. Even this is still a little bit too short for my liking, so it's going to be a while before I get my hair cut again, at least anything more than just a little trim. The other school ID that I have is this one from La Universidad Pública de Navarra, and I really don't have any interesting stories about it. It hasn't broken. I don't have any stories about the picture getting taken, so that's about all. One other card, it's not an ID, but I carry it in my wallet along with my IDs, is something that we got when we graduated high school. On the front, there is a footprint, and it says Class of 2007. And on the back, there is a quote that our principal chose. He was an amazing principal, and he actually retired from being a principal the same year that I graduated. And on the back, it says, "What lies behind us and what lies ahead of us are tiny matters compared to what lives within us." Henry David Thoreau. I think that is a great quote, something that you should always try to remember, so I just thought I'd share it with you guys quick. Oh, there's one last thing that I am excited about that I have to show you guys real quick. And here's a shot of it in the light so you can see what it looks like with the ornaments a little bit better. It's not exactly the biggest and most fancy Christmas tree of all time, but it's good enough. So I was about to post the video, and then I remembered that I forgot to mention the 2009 Project for Awesome. It's a great way to let people know about a charity that you are passionate about, and possibly get them interested in it as well. So I will post a link to a video about that in the sidebar as well, and I think you should go take a look at it, because it would be great if you all got involved in it.
Many places I've been, there's so much more to see. We got galaxies and planets and moons, and an awful lot of running to do.